Hi all, this is Rekha Naidu, Assistant Professor, Department of Accounting and Finance, Shift to Patrician College of Arts and Science. Today I am here before you to discuss on the topic residential status. So before starting the topic, we should be aware of what are the two types of taxes levied by government on us. One is direct tax and the other one is indirect tax. Direct tax is a tax which is levied on a particular person and collected from the same person. Burden of this tax cannot be shifted on other. For example, income tax, wealth tax, and so on. Second type of tax is indirect tax. Indirect tax refers to the type of tax which is levied on a particular person and collected from some other person. For example, sales tax, excise duty, customs duty, and so on. Here you find that the burden is shifted on the other person. The tax which has to be paid by the producer will be charged and collected from the customer and will be transferred to the government treasury. So here the producer who is supposed to pay the tax is not paying the tax. It is paid by the customer and the producer pays to the government. So this is indirect tax. Examples are sales tax, excise duty, and so on. Determining the residential status of an individual, we have to know certain terms. What do you mean by assessment year? This term, assessment year, has been defined under Section 2, subsection 9 of Income Tax Act 1961. Assessment year is a period of 12 months. It commences on 1st of April and ends on 31st March. The present assessment year is 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025. During this period, tax is paid for the income earned during the previous year. So what do you mean by previous year? The term previous year is defined under Section 3 of Income Tax Act 1961. Previous year, it may be a period of 12 months or less than 12 months. Previous year is a period in which whatever income is earned during the previous year, for the total income, tax is paid in the assessment year. It may not be necessarily a period of 12 months. Why? Because, for example, a student is studying, he has passed his graduation, he has got his job on August 2023. So his previous year begins on 1st August 2023 and 31st March 2024. So previous year will be a period of less than 12 months from 1st August to 31st March 2024. Now we should know what are the conditions to be taken into consideration for calculating the residential status of an individual. Calendar year is a period of 12 months from it begins on 1st January and ends on 31st December. Financial year is begins on 1st April and ends on 31st March of succeeding year. Now we are going to determine the residential status of an individual. An individual can be considered as a resident or non-resident. Residency in India is determined by his physical number of stay in India during the previous year. There are two basic conditions. Individual has to satisfy any one of the two basic conditions. It's not necessary that he has to satisfy both the conditions. One of the basic conditions is enough to be a resident. He is resident if his stay in India during the previous year is for a period of 182 days minimum or more. If the first basic condition is not satisfied, then we have to try to check the second basic condition. Either he has to satisfy at least the second condition to be a resident. Okay, second basic condition is his stay in India during the previous year should be 60 days or more than 60 days. Apart from this, one more thing is, during the 4 years preceding the previous year, his total stay in India should be 365 days. If he satisfies the second basic condition of stay in India of 60 days or more and 365 days or more in the 4 preceding years, he is said to be a resident. If an individual does not satisfy both the basic conditions, he is treated as non-resident. So once we come to know an individual is a resident, we have to check whether he satisfies both the additional conditions. Here it is said that two additional conditions are given and he has to satisfy both the additional condition. First additional condition is if an individual is resident at least for 2 years out of the 10 years preceding the previous year, he has satisfied the first additional condition. The second additional condition is during the 7 years preceding the previous year, his total stay in India should be 730 days. Only if he satisfies both the additional conditions, he will be called as resident and ordinarily resident. If he does not satisfy both the conditions or he satisfies only one condition, he will be treated as resident but not ordinarily resident. Hope you all are clear on this topic, residential status. Thank you all.